Hello class, this is Kirk Bourne, your course instructor. We're getting near the end of the semester and I just have a few reminders and notifications to give you. So we're going to start right here on the course syllabus. I hope you've seen this page many times, but further down this page you should know by now, which I've sent you messages about, the idea that you need to complete this ethics certification by November 20th. November 20th is the middle of the week, Wednesday, and the certification can be either the Responsible Conduct and Research Training and Certification or the Human Subjects Research Training and Certification. There's an assignment folder within Blackboard that explains all of this to you, so make sure you complete that this week. As you look down the remaining course modules that we have for this semester, we're just finishing week 12. There's a small assignment in there to discuss your feelings and thoughts about plagiarism in regard to a few articles that are posted there. So you need to just pick one of the articles and talk briefly about it in the way we've done in our other semester projects. Starting week 13, there'll be one more small assignment related to the visual display of information. So we learned earlier this semester about how to lie with statistics. This is an example of how people use maps and graphs to distort and display information for good or for bad. And sometimes it's not intentionally for bad, but bad things happen when visual displays of information are misused. And so you will be asked to talk about that in a brief discussion topic for week 13. And then when you get to week 14, you'll see that the final discussion topic of the semester is very brief indeed. Just ask you for a little bit of feedback. What did you like about the course? What would you like to see in the future? So with regard to that topic, I just want to mention a couple of things that students have mentioned to me before, just to let you know how I think about it. Since this is a one-credit class, I don't ask you to get very involved in your discussions with your classmates. In a typical online class, you might be asked to have multiple online interactions each week with your classmates. That is, your student classmates will post a comment or a discussion, and you will respond to them. And then you will post your own comment or discussion, and people will respond to you. And all of these interactions are required and graded in other online classes. But in this class, since it's one credit, I don't want to ask you to do more than you're already asked to do. So even though it would have been great for our class to have lots of discussion about these very interesting ethical topics, I tried to save you from having too much work during the semester. Maybe you felt like there was already too much. But I just want you to understand that, yes, we could have had much more interaction, much more discussion, but for a one-credit class, it didn't seem reasonable to ask you to do that. Of course, some of you just did it because you were interested in the topics and discussions with your fellow classmates, and that's perfectly fine. One other thing that people have asked about is whether or not the answers to the weekly assessment quizzes will be made available. For some reason, Blackboard doesn't actually give you the answers after you've completed the quizzes. And so when you look forward to studying for the final exam, coming soon, you will need or want access to those answers to those quizzes, because that will be very important as part of your studies. And so I will find a way to post the answers for all of those quizzes for you online, so you don't miss them. So that the results will be something you can study in preparation for your final exam. So I think we have here a pretty much close wrap-up for the semester. You've all been doing very well, been staying very active. I encourage you to finish that ethics training certificate. Don't forget your last couple of weeks of discussion topics, and get ready for this exam. The exam will be conducted at the testing center. Information should be online. If not, I can provide it to you. The value of the testing center is you get to choose which time you go there. It's not at any specific time, but you will be given access to the testing center, and the information about the exam will be available to you when you get there, and you can just take the exam according to your own schedule. So more information about that will come soon, so keep an eye out for that information. So I think we have pretty much wrap up here, and keep up the good work for the last couple weeks. Thanks very much.